Some employers might ask you some weird and unique questions you might not see coming, but overall, most hiring managers tend to stick to the basics. There are some common questions that are asked at almost every interview, and I shake my head when I hear that many people go into the interview without even knowing how to answer these key questions. Hello friends, I'm Ashley Stahl, keynote speaker, host of the U-Turn podcast, and author of the best-selling book also named U-Turn. Get unstuck, discover your direction, design your dream career. I'm here to help you create a career and a life that completely lights you up. And as a career expert, I've helped more people than I can count on how to answer all sorts of interview questions, especially the students in my Job Offer Academy course. My friend, preparation is key. So if you have an interview coming up and you're not sure how to answer some of the most common interview questions, I'm going to give you answers to 5 of them. Number 1, tell me about yourself. This is the classic interview question that most employers ask first in an interview, and it's also the most asked networking question. It can feel like a super vague question, so it's understandable as to why so many people kind of scramble to whip up a good answer. I mean, what do they even want to know, right? Plus, it seems so obvious that you should be able to talk about yourself, aka the person you spend most of your time with, that we tend not to think much about how to intentionally share who we are. This question is one reason why I insist all of my clients in my Career Clarity Lab course and my Job Offer Academy course have a 1-minute elevator pitch prepared that highlights their experience and ends with a goal statement that indicates the position and field you're in the market for. This will not only help you during marketing events, but it's a perfect way to answer this question. We have an entire video on this channel devoted to your elevator pitch, so feel free to check this one out next. Number 2, why are you leaving your current position? When it comes to this question, honesty is always the best policy, but you shouldn't be so honest that you're very negative about an employer or yourself. So I guess what I'm telling you is to be honest, but not too honest. There's a fine line, my friend, between addressing a concern and putting a mega spotlight on an insecurity. It's on you to walk this line. You want to share what you learned in your last position and what skill you wanted to use most, one you'd ideally be using in your next career move, one that was missing for you in the job without any negativity, and why you're excited to get that need or skill set met in your next role. So if you want to speak about making a shift in your career or pursuing different challenges, be specific about what those changes are and how the role you're interviewing for will really fulfill that. Question number 3, why are you interested in this job or working for this company? This is a question that proves you need to do your research before the interview. Be sure to research the company ahead of time and go as deep as you can, not just the obvious information with a quick 5-minute Google search. If you're open to it, you might even want to ask if they're open to hearing about some ideas you'd love to explore using or bringing out in the role. But focus on the actual work you'll be doing and not new benefits, an increased salary, or a new work schedule. Question number 4, what is your greatest strength or what is your greatest weakness? This is such a common interview question, but it trips people up every time. And yet this is your opportunity to drop a little humble brag, so you might as well take advantage of it. For your strength, pick a skill that's highly relevant to the job that you're interviewing for based on the information you found in your research. Highlight how you use that skill to succeed and create big results in your current or former role, and try to share positive words your colleagues or supervisors have said about you using this skill. Then describe how you plan to use that skill in the role you're interviewing for if you get the job. Boom. The negative one's even tougher, but it's easy if you plan ahead. Pick a weakness that you've been working on. Tell the interviewer how it's challenged you in the past, and explain to them the steps you've taken to improve on this weakness. Then give them an example of how you've improved this weakness by working on it. I have a full-on example in my YouTube video that's devoted to the "What's your biggest weakness?" interview question. Check that one out after this video if this question trips you up as much as I know it does for so many. Question number 5, do you have any questions for me? Never say no to this question. So many people underestimate it, but it's so incredibly important that you're engaging with them, asking a good question or two, and demonstrating real interest in the job. The interviewer will likely answer some of your questions during the interview, so having a handful prepared ensures that you'll at least have 1 or 2 you can still ask. In fact, I have another entire YouTube video right here on how to ask key questions at the end of your interview, so be sure to check that one out. Job interviews can be stressful and scary, but not so much if you prepare. The more you prepare, the more confident you'll be. But if I'm being honest, you're not likely to get the job if you go in with no preparation. Don't make an easily avoidable mistake.